Hey, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Darius. I'm back y'all with another reaction video on day, man. Look, what happened to all the players that was drafted before Lamar Jackson? Yeah, we gonna go into football because the Baltimore Ravens are on fire right now. You know what I'm saying? And they got the potential to win a Super Bowl this year. You know what I'm saying? With their quarterback being Lamar Jackson. And if we know Lamar Jackson was drafted the 32nd pick in the first round. You know what I'm saying? Of the 2018 draft. So what happened to the other 31 players that was drafted before Lamar Jackson? I don't know. You don't know. So let's get into the video.
The 2018 NFL Draft was heavily loaded with impactful players throughout, but there was arguably no better pick than the Baltimore Ravens trading back into the first round and taking their franchise quarterback with the 32nd pick, 2016 Heisman Trophy winner Lamar Jackson out of Louisville. Since being drafted, Jackson has cemented himself as one of the best quarterbacks of his generation.
If
With
not
multiple
the best.
MVP awards and All-Pro honors, Jackson has taken the Baltimore Ravens to new heights. But who were the 31 players drafted before him? And do you think any of those teams regret not taking the phenomenal talent? In this video, we'll be going over all 31 players taken before Lamar Jackson in the 2018 draft and how their careers have panned out thus far, starting with the first overall pick by the Cleveland Browns, Baker Mayfield. Despite being the reigning Heisman winner at the time, Mayfield was a controversial pick due to his character issues on and off the field, and the fact that out of the 5 big quarterback prospects, Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson, Mayfield was the oldest of the bunch. The Browns had just tied for the worst regular season in NFL history, going 0-16, and were a year removed from a 1-15 finish. So they were in dire need of a franchise-changing quarterback. To the pleasure of Browns fans everywhere, Mayfield looked the part in 2018, setting the rookie record for passing touchdowns in a season at the time with 27. Yeah. Mayfield would have a sophomore slump in 2019, but eventually lead Cleveland to their first playoff win in 26 years during the 2020 season. However, Mayfield wouldn't pan out in Cleveland, being let go in free agency after the 2021 season. Mayfield would eventually start games for the Carolina Panthers, Los Angeles Rams, and now looks to be the quarterback of the future for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The second overall pick was Saquon Barkley, who has panned out as an all-pro level running back for the New York Giants. Barkley would start his career off with a bang, leading the NFL in scrimmage yards with 2,028, narrowly edging out first overall pick Baker Mayfield for the 2018 Offensive Rookie of the Year award, and making his first of 2 Pro Bowl appearances so far. Barkley's career has unfortunately been riddled with injuries so far, but in the 2023 season, he played 14 of a potential 17 games, so here's to hoping he can stay healthy. Taken 3rd overall and the second of 5 quarterbacks was Sam Darnold. Darnold was expected by many to be the first overall pick instead of Baker Mayfield, but instead, he became a New York Jet, where he would have minimal success. The Jets actually traded up to select Darnold at 3, which in hindsight was a franchise-altering mistake. Darnold would only play 3 seasons as a Jet before being shipped off to the Carolina Panthers, where he would start 17 games over 2 seasons. Darnold currently serves as the backup to Brock Purdy in San Francisco. At 4th overall, the Browns' second first-round pick, Cleveland would select cornerback Denzel Ward. Ward, the first defensive player taken so far, was a bit of a surprise pick at the time. However, Ward has consistently been in the conversation for best quarterback in the NFL ever since his rookie season, making 3 Pro Bowls in his 6th NFL season so far. The Browns may regret not drafting Lamar Jackson, but they surely don't regret drafting Denzel Ward. The 5th overall pick, Bradley Chubb, came into the draft as the consensus best defensive player available, and his rookie season showed just that, in which he recorded 12 sacks for the Broncos, finishing 3rd in Defensive Rookie of the Year voting. Since, Chubb has made 2 Pro Bowls, one of which after a trade to the Miami Dolphins. Now, Chubb is a key part of a competing Dolphins defense. However, Chubb would unfortunately tear his ACL for the second time right before the 2023 playoffs. Taken 6th overall by the Indianapolis Colts was offensive guard Quentin Nelson, who has been absolutely fantastic
that boy
for the
been
Colts,
solid.
making first-team All-Pro his rookie season and a Pro Bowl in every season of his career so far. Nelson was an amazing pick at 6. The 7th pick in the draft would be quarterback Josh Allen by the Buffalo Bills. Allen was arguably the rawest quarterback prospect.
When it come down to Josh Allen, he firm, but he not solid. Josh Allen is a choke. He a choke artist. I don't care what y'all want to. I don't care about no Buffalo Bills fan. That boy is a choke artist. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the man, but he just don't have the will to win. You know what I'm saying? Or he can't get over that Patrick Mahomes hump, because Pat Mahomes always got his number every year.
Prospect in the draft, but his talent was undeniable. He had a rough 2 initial years. Since then, Allen has proved to be one of the NFL's top quarterbacks, finishing top 3 in MVP voting twice, even leading the Bills to an AFC Championship appearance in 2020. Despite his turnover problems, Allen is a winner. His talent is among the best in the game and will be for years to come. The Bills may be the only team that drafted a quarterback in 2018 who doesn't regret passing on Lamar Jackson. Selecting 8th would be the Chicago Bears, who would pick linebacker Roquan Smith, who, after a few elite seasons with the Bears, would become teammates with Lamar Jackson after a trade would send him to the Ravens in 2022, transforming their defense. Smith has made 3 All-Pro teams so far and will most likely make a 4th after the 2023 season he had. Smith is arguably the best linebacker in all of football and makes another great top 10 pick in this draft. The 9th pick was tackle Mike McGlinchey to the 49ers, and there isn't much to say about this guy. McGlinchey has been nothing short of a solid starting tackle, spending his first 5 seasons in San Francisco before signing a 5-year, $87 million deal to block for the Denver Broncos. The 10th pick is where things get rough. The Arizona Cardinals took quarterback Josh Rosen from UCLA.
Who is that? Because Josh Rosen, that boy, I could have took Josh Rosen's position in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I could have made that little bit of money and got up out of there, because he didn't have a career. Like, he was a bust, 100%.
After the draft, Rosen would say, "There were 9 mistakes made ahead of me," and that could not be further from the truth. After a horrible rookie season in Arizona, Rosen would be shipped off to Miami, where he played equally as bad and was out of the league by his 3rd NFL season.
Not equally as bad.
Do you think the Cardinals regret taking Rosen over Lamar Jackson?
100%.
The next 3 picks would all turn out to be great defenders throughout their careers. Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Dolphins at 11, Vita Vea to the Buccaneers at 12, and Daron Payne to the Redskins at 13.
Solid too.
While Vea and Payne are both one-time Pro Bowlers, Fitzpatrick's career would take off after a trade to the Pittsburgh Steelers, making 4 Pro Bowls and 3 All-Pro teams since the trade. Minkah is widely known as one of the best safeties in the NFL. The next 2 picks, Marcus Davenport to the Saints at 14 and Colton Miller to the Raiders at 15, have been average picks at best, especially comparing them to what they could have had in Lamar. Davenport had 1 season where he recorded 9 sacks, but is now a backup in Minnesota. Meanwhile, you can argue that Miller is a top 10 left tackle for Las Vegas. Drafted 16th by the Buffalo Bills was linebacker Tremaine Edmunds. After 5 great seasons in Buffalo, including 2 Pro Bowl appearances, Edmunds signed a 4-year, $72 million contract with the Chicago Bears. Well-deserved. Pick 17 was a big one, as the Los Angeles Chargers selected safety Derwin James, who would be the runner-up for the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year award after a first-team All-Pro rookie season, a phenomenal start to his career. Unfortunately, his sophomore season would be short, as he would miss the first 11 games in 2019 due to a foot fracture. His 2020 season would end up even worse, as he wouldn't play a single game due to a meniscus tear in the preseason. However, James has bounced back in a big way, even making the All-Pro second team in 2022. Now, James is a consensus top safety in the NFL. The next pick is also an All-Pro level defensive back, as with the 18th pick. The Green Bay Packers selected Jair Alexander. Alexander started his career as a good cornerback, but had a true breakout in 2020, earning a second-team All-Pro nod. He missed some time in 2021 and even more time in 2023, but his last healthy season in 2022 was a special one, as Jair entered into the conversation for the best cornerback in football. Even after his injury-riddled 2023, you could still argue Alexander is the best cornerback in football. He's truly a special talent. We go from a superstar pick at 18 to a player who should have been a superstar pick at 19, as the Dallas Cowboys selected linebacker Leighton Vander Esch. Vander Esch had a special rookie season, earning second-team All-Pro honors as he looked like to be a franchise-altering linebacker for the Cowboys. Unfortunately, the next 2 years for Vander Esch were flooded with injuries, and he would never be the same again. He only played 5 games in 2023 due to what could potentially be a career-ending neck injury.
He must be
It's truly an unfortunate story for Leighton Vander Esch, as what looked to be the answer for the Cowboys has turned into a complete question mark. We wish the best for him. At picks 20 and 21, we have back-to-back centers off the board. Frank Ragnow to the Detroit Lions and Billy Price to the Cincinnati Bengals. Ragnow has cemented himself as one of the best centers in the league and is currently the anchor on a dominant Lions offensive line. Meanwhile, Price never quite got it going. Price lost his starting job in Cincinnati his sophomore season and was out of the league by 2023.
God.
Selected 22nd overall was linebacker Rashaan Evans by the Tennessee Titans, a linebacker who showed promise but never panned out. Evans was nothing more than a solid linebacker for the Titans before signing a one-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons in the 2022 offseason and proceeding to have a career year. However, Evans would remain a free agent until being signed to the Dallas Cowboys practice squad prior to Week 6 in 2023, where he would remain a backup linebacker. Next up, with the 23rd pick, the New England Patriots selected tackle Isaiah Wynn, who was nothing more than an average starter for the Patriots before ultimately becoming a backup tackle for the Miami Dolphins. The 24th pick is another good one, as the Carolina Panthers selected wide receiver DJ Moore. The first receiver off the board was a good one. Moore followed up a good but not great rookie season with 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Moore would eventually be traded to the Chicago Bears in a deal for the 2023 first overall pick, which
if DJ Moore go to a real team, that boy will be a problem. Like, he'll be a problem. I'm talking about a solid quarterback, a team that's already built. You know what I'm saying? Got a solid O-line, solid running game, great defense. Like, that boy will be a problem.
Which ended up being Heisman winner Bryce Young. Moore's first season in Chicago was a career year, with career highs in receptions, yards, and touchdowns. Moore is recognized as one of the best receivers in football today. The Ravens had their first pick of the 2018 draft at 25 and selected tight end Hayden Hurst. See, even the Ravens themselves passed on Lamar Jackson. Hurst has never been anything more than average, even being overshadowed by his third-round counterpart, Mark Andrews. Hurst has only recorded more than 500 yards once as an Atlanta Falcon and is currently the backup Carolina Panthers tight end. Luckily, the Ravens hit on Mark Andrews and especially Lamar Jackson because Hayden Hurst was a huge whiff. Pick 26 was another receiver, Calvin Ridley, to the Atlanta Falcons.
Oh, yeah, that boy
Ridley
Calvin
had an amazing stint in Atlanta, looking like the wide receiver of the future after Julio Jones. However, Ridley was suspended in 2021 for gambling and traded to the Jacksonville Jaguars, destroying his Falcons career, but opening up another door in the NFL. Ridley is coming off of his second 1,000-yard season as the Jaguars wide receiver 1. With the 27th pick, the Seattle Seahawks took running back Rashad Penny, a serviceable backup for Seattle, even rushing for 749 yards on 6.3 yards per carry in 2021. Penny is now with the Philadelphia Eagles and only saw 11 rush attempts in 2023. Imagine Lamar playing for the 12s. The 28th pick belonged to the Pittsburgh Steelers, who selected safety Terrell Edmunds, brother of 16th overall pick Tremaine Edmunds. Terrell was never as good as his brother, but his first few seasons in Pittsburgh were very serviceable. Now, Edmunds serves as a backup in Philadelphia after being traded from the Tennessee Titans alongside star safety Kevin Byard. The next 3 picks were all players who never amounted to anything. 29 was defensive tackle Taven Bryan.
who never amounted to anything.
Bryan to the Jacksonville Jaguars. 30 was cornerback Mike Hughes to the Minnesota Vikings. And 31 was running back Sony Michel to the New England.
Sony Michel did decent, you know what I'm saying? All Sony Michel had to do was game manager. I think he got 2 rings, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know why Sony Michel was categorized as never like amounted to anything.
Patriots. Michel would win 2 rings, one with the Patriots and one with the Los Angeles Rams. Michel even scored a touchdown in his first Super Bowl win. However, Brian and Hughes would both be huge busts, as Brian has bounced around the league after a few seasons with the Jags and is now a backup for Indianapolis Colts. Hughes is currently on his 4th team, starting only 22 games in 6 seasons. Those are the 31 players who were taken over Lamar Jackson, and how their careers have panned out so far. How would you redraft the 2018 first round?
That's the end of the video. Look, man. When it come down to Lamar Jackson, you know what I'm saying? He came into the league with so much critics and criticism on his shoulders and on his back, and it was he should be a receiver. He's a running back. He can't throw this, that, and the third. But not everybody on they riding him. They de-riding him now. You know what I'm saying? They not everybody a Ravens fan because of Lamar Jackson. All the critics are quiet. Oh, he can't win a playoff game, this, that, and that. But I wonder if the same energy would be. I wonder if the energy would be the same if he was a Josh Allen, you know what I'm saying, like a Caucasian quarterback, the traditional quarterback. Because last time I remember, Steve Young was not a traditional quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like he scrambled also. You know what I'm saying? He was a dual threat quarterback also. So what are they saying about Lamar Jackson? Shout out to Lamar Jackson for shutting everybody up. Simple. You know what I'm saying? But that's the end of the video. Get in the comment box. Let me know what y'all want to see next. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.
Pull up on the scene with the whole team. You like, what's that smell? I'm like, that's that sour D. Bitch, you already know that we smoke.